What's up, everybody? The one, the only Mark Anthony Spencer here, back again doing some MLB season preview. The new season opens today, opening days here. It already started in Japan, and let's get the show going. Every team in baseball plays today. You have the World Series champions playing today. You have all the great teams in baseball playing today. It's a new year. The smell of the pine tar, sunflower seeds, just baseball in March. It's rare they start Major League Baseball up in March. It's usually in April it starts up. Going back to my days when I played in Little League, I can remember just the smell of it. Just baseball. Get out there, run around on the bases, hitting a home run, taking infield practice, outfield practice, catching that baseball. It's just so special. And those are moments you never forget. Now we look at the off season. It was a crazy offseason. Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, where will they sign? When will they sign? It took 2 weeks before the season starts for them to get to sign. That's how crazy baseball's become. Free agency is not what it used to be. They're making so much money now. They spent almost, $2 billion on re-signings and signings of the biggest names in the game. Bryce Harper, $330 million over 13 years. That's one of the biggest contracts in the history of sports. Then Mike Trout re-signs with the Angels, the biggest contract in the history of sports, in the history of baseball, with the Angels for $430 million over 12 years. So he's an Angel for life, unless they trade him. I believe they'll trade him maybe fourth or fifth year of that deal. He has no opt-out. So remember, these guys sign these contracts with no opt-out. I believe Manny Machado has after 5 years he can opt out of the deal. But I think he'll stay there. I think he's going to turn around a team like San Diego. At one time, they were right there. They got to a World Series twice in their history. Led by some great players, from Tony Gwynn to Steve Blass. What's Steve Blass? Steve Blass was a pitcher, I guess, but something good. Another great Padre great. He was an announcer. I think something Coleman. So, they've had some great moments in their history. And you look at San Diego, they're a small market team just trying to get there, become a winning city again. This is days of San Diego Padres. The Padres, San Diego Chargers. They had the San Diego Fleet in the AFF League, American Alliance Football League. So, hopefully that league survives. I'm hearing rumors that they're in trouble, but I know they'll survive. They're a great development league for the future NFL superstars, future players want to get into the league. They have a chance to play somewhere. It's always important. It's like the CFL. In any league that starts up in the future, XFL, there's more opportunity for everyone to play. Just like baseball, same thing. There's other leagues around the world they play. Caribbean League, you have the Cuban League, you have the Mexican Independent League, you have the independent leagues where they're trying new things out for Major League Baseball and for all future baseball stars coming into baseball. College baseball, Little League baseball, of course, you got to rise up, high school ball. If you can play baseball at any level, it's important. Learn how to pitch, learn how to hit. Even just playing for fun. I remember when I was younger, we played California kickball when I was in grade 1, grade 2. And that's when I was still playing baseball. I was just learning how to play baseball, from t-ball to fast pitch to all those things. Softball's another one. All the kids play. The girls around the planet, the young ladies are the best in the world. And they show them that they love the game of baseball. And softball. Softball's a good game too. So as this new season begins, there's going to be some teams that are going to struggle. I look at the AL West. The Houston Astros, they're looking to get back to the dance, and they had a rough year last year. They don't have Keuchel. They're missing a few people. Ryan McCann has left in free agency. There's been a few others have left. So, they still have Verlander. They have Bregman. They have Correa. They have Altuve. Hopefully he's healthy this year. He might struggle, but at the end of the day, you just want to have your best foot forward. That's what baseball is all about. And another, you have the Oakland A's, who were awesome in the wild card last year. They really surprised a lot of people. They surprised me. They played awesome baseball. They won a lot of games. I think 90 games they won last year. So they played good. Oakland really showing. Doug Melvin, manager of the year. He's just showing that this team, when they believe anything's possible, anything is still possible with the Oakland A's. There's a team I grew up cheering for, a team I still love. It's like the Mariners, the Blue Jays. I mean, these teams are great teams, have great hope. And you look at the Seattle Mariners, they have really made some cuts. They traded off their superstars. Nelson Cruz left in free agency, and Robinson Cano got traded to the New York Mets, and their star closer, Edison, got traded there too. So, Mariners are trying to tear it down a bit, bring in some new pieces. Edwin Encarnacion, another superstar, see if he can regain some of that stardom he had with the Toronto Blue Jays and the Cleveland Indians. See if he can bring some home runs to the Mariners. They're going to really depend on Mitch Haniger, along with Edwin Encarnacion, to drive in most of the runs this year. D. Gordon should have another good year. Ichiro just retired, so that's another great player out of the lineup, but they have some good young players coming up. They got good young pitching. They traded off Paxton to the Yankees, so it's going to be a little bit different starting rotation. They have a young Japanese pitcher from Japan. He pitched in Japan recently. He really gives this Mariners team some hope in pitching. We're just going to have to see what they do. And then we go down in the AL West to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. The Angels made a massive signing and re-signed one of the game's best center fielders, never mind best players in the history of the game. Mike Trout is a great player, but hasn't won nothing. He's won MVPs, but he hasn't done anything in the playoffs. So I don't think he deserves $430 million. Come on. They should have signed him to $250 million over 5 years or 7 years. It's more realistic. Some of these contracts are diluted. This is hyperinflation, folks. No player is worth $400-500 million. No more than 200, or maybe if they're lucky, 300. But 200 million, the maximum. That's how I would sign a player. I don't care how good you are. You're gonna make 200 or you're gonna make 100 million. That's all you need to make. You don't need more than that. It's ridiculous. And relentless. I don't even care about the TV deal so much. It's just too much money. I mean, you see in the NBA, these contracts are ridiculous. NHL, they're starting to get ridiculous once again. So, it's just ridiculous. $430 million? Serious? Come on, it's too much money, man. That's like almost $50 million a year. That's $47 million a season. That's insane. That's ridiculous. They're gonna have to really sell out that stadium. They could barely sell out Angel Stadium. So, Arturo Moreno is probably gonna have to start up a couple new companies to be able to pay that contract of Mike Trout. But it's TV money, and the TV money's starting to dry up. So, I think long term, there's other ways they can spend that money. So it is what it is. It's baseball. Sometimes it's going to be good, and sometimes it's going to be bad. So it is what it is. Now we move to the American League Central. Teams like Cleveland look good. I like the White Sox. I think they're going to do something special this year. They're going to win the Central. It won't be Cleveland. It won't be Kansas City. Kansas City still have a good team. Minnesota look like they want to make the playoffs again. They brought in Nelson Cruz. They brought in some pitching. Their bats are getting better. Buxton looks like he's going to be healthy this year. He's going to give them, that great superstar center fielder that, that they need to have a chance to make the playoffs and win a World Series for the first time since 1991. Last time they won a World Series. That's been a long time. That was with Jack Morris. That was with a lot of great talent. After that, I think it was the Blue Jays won back-to-back World Series, 92, 93. It was a good era, man. Kirby Puckett era. You had Joe Carter era. You had Tom Hankey. So many. Roberto Alomar. Kent Herback. There's so many legends that played for Minnesota and the Toronto Blue Jays that, just have some great memories of the game. And that's the thing. You got to love the game to play the game. And that's what's important. Kansas City are going to be a good team this year. They have some good young pitching. They have some good bats. Alex Gordon's a year older. He might struggle this year, but you never know in this game. You have to have a couple of breaks. You got to have some luck on your side. And I think maybe Royals might have a little bit of luck on their side. If everyone can stay healthy, they can make a run come July. They might make a move at the trade deadline, get some help, maybe pitching help. We'll see. You never know. You have to Take some chances, and when you take the chances, good things are going to happen. Another team in the Central you have to watch out for is the White Sox. I think the White Sox are going to be good this year. They have some good young pitching coming in. The bats they brought in the offseason. Some good young players they got from the minor leagues now that are ready to shine. They're going to do some damage this year. I think the White Sox are going to be a surprise. They're going to be one of the teams in baseball that are going to shock the world. Most analysts say they're going to suck. Same thing with Kansas City. Same thing with the Twins. The Twins will probably be the second best team right behind Cleveland. But I think Chicago will be the best team. I think Cleveland are going to have a lot of injury problems. It's already starting. I'm hearing rumors of Kluber might be getting traded. San Diego Padres are still on the radar. Even hearing the Yankees are interested in Kluber. Let's see what happens. And we move into the American League East, the most high-priced division, the home of the World Series champion Boston Red Sox. Well, we start with the Boston Red Sox, and I think with the Boston Red Sox, you have a team here that's just getting better. Dave Dombrowski, the general manager, has put together a team like in football. There was a team like Arsenal with Arsene Wenger, and in 2005 they had a team called the Invincibles, and this team is another version of the Invincibles again, like the Incredibles from Disney, Pixar and stuff. We call this team the Invincibles, led by Mookie Betts, Dustin Pedroia, Andrew Benintendi, the pitching, Chris Sale, David Price, Rick Porcello. I mean, these guys are they never quit, they never give up, they all play for one another, they love the game. Bradley Jr. in the outfield too. I mean, here's another guy that has turned his career around. One time he couldn't hit, and now he's become one of the game's best hitters. Hit for batting titles, all-star games. Soon next thing is big contracts. Chris Sale just signed a big fat contract, $159 million over 5 years. Big money for one of the game's best left-handed pitchers. It's true he's had shoulder problems, but I think about Chris Sale, he truly is the heart and soul of that Red Sox team. The Red Sox faithful love this guy, and there's no doubt in my mind Chris Sale has been a great pickup for the Red Sox. They've made great trades in their history, but this trade for me is a great trade for the fans there and for the team. Just like with the Red Sox, the Celtics, the Bruins, and the Patriots. They love their teams in Massachusetts, and they love this Red Sox team. Can they continue the magic? Anything's possible, folks. They love their team, and they love to play the game of baseball. That's one thing I love about the Red Sox. They play for the love of the game. It's not always about the money. Money's important, don't get me wrong. But these guys play for the love of the game. And that's why they've managed to break the curse years ago, because they played for one another, and they played for the love of the game and trying to win a championship, trying to break the curse. Seeing Pedro Martinez say, hey, we broke the curse. It was cool in 2004. And looking back now in 2019, can they win another World Series after 2018 and continue the magic? The Red Sox, you never know. You have to believe, and boy, hey, I believe they could repeat. Anything's possible, It's up in the air. And then now, the wrong time rivals, the evil empire, the New York Yankees. I gotta admit, New York Yankees, they struggled last year. They really struggled, especially into the playoffs. They really struggled. I saw it in the division series. Their pitching wasn't there. The bats weren't there. Injuries, led by Aaron Judge, had the hand injury. He really struggled. So, it's hopefully this year he's a lot better. It's a game within a game, and you got to do what you got to do, and we'll just have to see what happens with this team. And I think Mike Stanton, or Giancarlo Stanton, sorry for that. Sometimes I get mixed up. His old name, Mike Stanton, his birth name was Giancarlo Stanton. So, Giancarlo, he needs to put up some bigger numbers. He had some pretty big numbers, 30-something plus home runs. He had, 90-something RBIs. I mean, he's making $300 million over that 13-year contract. He's making a lot of money. $27 million this year, or 30. I think it's 27 or 28 million this year. That's a lot of money. You got to produce. I mean, Giancarlo is one of the game's best hitters, and he needs to show it this year. It's true he couldn't play a little outfield last year. He had a lot of injuries, and he was just pretty much the designated hitter. I hope he gets to play some outfield this year, because Stanton's still one of the game's better outfielders. He has one of the best arms, just like Aaron Judge does in right. He does probably in left or center. Aaron Hicks has been hurt. He's going to be on the disabled list. They still have Jacoby Ellsbury. We'd like to see him play again this year. The Yankees have some good pitching. Paxton they've added. Soriano's hurt. They brought in Gio Gonzalez. I think Gio's going to get off to an amazing start. It just takes a little time. J.A. Happ's going to have an encore year. He's going to put some good numbers. Hopefully, CeCe Sabathia in his final year in the big leagues. Let's hope CeCe can get the job done. And I think with Aaron Boone in his second year as Yankee manager, let's see if he can keep up the good vibes. They won 100 games last year. That's amazing. And don't win the division. It's an amazing feat. I don't think they'll win 100 games this year. Maybe 92 games they'll win this year. They might struggle this year because they have a lot of injuries. Gary Sanchez is still struggling. Don't get me wrong, Sanchez is a great young prospect. He's still one of the game's top catchers, top players. Like Jorge Posada, he struggled in his career. And it's the same thing for Gary. He will struggle. But once he puts it together, there's no one in this game better than Gary. I think this team has a lot of hope. I think Troy Tulowitzki's going to bring him some power with the injury to DJ Goris. Missed most of the season. He probably won't be back till probably August. So, and I think Troy's going to give him something. He's going to give him some power. DJ LeMahieu, the former Colorado Rocky, he's going to give him some solid at-bats at second. He should do good. Now we move to the Toronto Blue Jays. Rebuild. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., we'll probably see him this year. And Blue Jays just made a deal, trade Kenny Morales to the Oakland A's for a prospect. This is pretty much of a salary dump. It kind of sucks. I would love to see Morales play with the Blue Jays this year, but they want to see if they got more flexibility for the team this year. And with Oakland, the injury to Matt Olson, he's out for pretty much 9 weeks, 2 months. Now they have a first baseman. Now they can move Morales around. They're going to be able to continue to win. They still have that great team. The MVP runner-up, Chris Davis, a home run king. He had 40 plus 8 home runs last year, or 49, one of the two. You have the good pitching. You have some other great young players, Chapman, Barreto, just a few other great legends, Simeon. Some good young players they have on that team. Now they want to progress into the future here. They lost one of their leaders, Jed Lurie. Now he's a Met. So we'll have to see what this Oakland team does this year. No doubt about it. And we continue in the East. The Baltimore Orioles are still contending, but I think they're rebuilding. They let go of Adam Jones. Now he's a Arizona Diamondback. They have pitching problems. They fired their manager. They fired their general manager. So Showalter's out. They have a new manager. They have a new GM. So we'll have to see what Baltimore does this year. It's going to be another long year for the Baltimore Orioles, just like the Toronto Blue Jays. And the Tampa Bay Rays, I think, are the one team that might really improve. They have a Cy Young winner and Snell, who just signed a new big fat $50 million extension. I think the Rays have brought in some experience, and I think they're going to really be tough to beat in 2019. So that's my American League preview to the MLB 2019 opening day new season. So in a few days I'll do the NL season preview. Y'all enjoy your Major League Baseball today, folks. The one and only Mark Spencer. And March Madness has been amazing. Zion Williamson's been amazing. RJ Barrett's been awesome. Ja Morant's been awesome. All the big picks. Grant Williams. So many others. Uchimura has been great. This NBA draft's going to be one of the most fun ones we've had in recent years. So you enjoy the rest of the March Madness tournament. UNC's doing good. I'm happy. Same thing with Michigan. Those are my teams. I've always cheered for them as long as I can remember. You have some teams that I'm really taking a look at, and maybe they might do some damage. But Duke, they look good. UNC looks good. There's so many teams there I can't count on. But They're a lot of teams. Tennessee's another team you have to watch out for in this tournament. It's been a lot of fun, folks. So you all have a good day for this amazing day of Thursday, March the 28th, 2019. The one, the only Mark Anthony Spencer is back. And y'all have yourself a good day. And Easter's around the corner. Remember, don't have too many eggs. And save some for the kids. Peace.